Research firm BTIG calls this company an emerging leader in a fight against specific types of kidney disease. Millions of people around the world could be candidates for Maze Therapeutics' main drug candidate. Company expects data from its phase 2 trial in the first quarter of next year. They've got a variety, though, of different programs trying to solve some of these diseases. Jason Coloma is the CEO of Maze Therapeutics, joining us now here in our San Francisco studio for another CNBC exclusive. Jason, good to have you on.
Yeah, Brian, thanks for having me. Good
All right,
morning.
so, biotechs are confusing for somebody that doesn't study biotechs for a living, so be gentle. You really have 3 different drug trial programs all happening right now. Are they all directed at kidney disease?
Yeah, so we are developing and discovering new medicines for kidney disease. And so let me just get started by saying, look, there are 37 million people in the US alone that have chronic kidney disease, Brian. And unfortunately, it is a silent killer in the fact that 9 out of 10 people that have it don't even know they have it. And there is, many people don't know this, but there's a 4-year waiting list for transplants, for kidney transplants. And you're from New Jersey, and you know that recently we just had, a 2-time All-Pro center from the New York Jets, unfortunately
Nick
passed.
Mangold,
Nick Mangold, passed away, unfortunately, to kidney disease. And where we fit in, is the fact that there are a dearth of, if you will, new medicines for these patients, and that's where Maze Therapeutics fits in.
What is then, and there's so much out of anybody's control, developing medications, there's a lot of, regulation and testing. What is a best case timeline for Maze?
Yeah, we are a mid-stage clinical development company. We just had data in September, which really we couldn't be more pleased about in the fact that we saw exactly what we needed to see. We got really good reception and I would just say recognition from the community and investors. And that puts us in the mid-stage, which allows us to think about later stage studies that eventually will have to be developed in order to get these to patients in the market.
So what's the commercialization then opportunity? You're one of the hottest stocks. It's how we found you, by the way. Our stock screener last couple of months.
Yeah.
Maze Therapeutics has been red hot. So clearly investors
yes.
are getting the story, the ones that have invested, the ones that have not or are interested. What's your message to them about commercialization?
Yeah, I think for us, what really sets us apart, Brian, is the fact that, a term that's really more, I would say, applied to things like cancer, precision medicines. We are developing precision medicines for kidney disease. The silent killer, we are trying to develop and eventually deliver those to patients in the way that really could impact disease that hasn't been seen before. Right, and that's fundamentally what we want to be able to do, is develop precision medicines for those kidney disease patients, and hopefully we can address not just the 37 million people in the US, but as you said, millions of individuals all over the globe.
So we referenced, again, possible timelines. There's a lot of variables here, so nobody's holding anybody to specific dates. But what would be first quarter of next year? We get more information. How do we lay this out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just had some data in September, as I mentioned, really well received by I would just say all of our constituents, including our shareholders. We have additional data in Q1 2026, which I think we want to show proof of concept in particular patients where we can really impact kidney health in a different way than ever been seen before. And to go after that would we ideally to move into what was called a pivotal study that allows us to be the last study before we can actually commercialize a product.
And then would you need, or do you have a partner, a larger pharmaceutical company that would be able to then help you with the non-science part of this, the actual selling of the product?
Yeah, so fortunately for us, we were one of the few, if you will, biotech IPOs this year. We also were able to, in September, raise additional capital in a way that we are well capitalized.
You have enough cash.
We can discover, we can develop, and hopefully deliver those particular medicines to patients. So we're really just focused on execution right now.
Well, it's been a pretty good year so far with the IPO earlier this year, one of the hottest stocks the last couple of months, Maze Therapeutics, one of the reasons, maybe the reason you're here with us, Jason Coloma. Appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
All right, thanks for joining us at another CNBC exclusive Maze Therapeutics.